Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the President's Regional Tours, a production by the Ministry of Information. If you've been watching already, we've been bringing you a live feed from the Inshiraiso township in the Asante region, where President Ampofo-Adjei is scheduled to commission the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. That ceremony has already begun, and it's part of the many activities on the itinerary of the President as he begins a 4-day working visit of the Asante region. That visit started yesterday, and before we end, we will bring you a summary of some of the major activities that the President was involved in. Welcome to our special coverage once again. My name is Ampofo-Adjei, and this coverage is live on GTV, City TV, Adom TV, Metro TV. We are on ETV, Wezo TV, and if you're listening to us on radio, this is Asante Radio, as well as Town Sound Radio in Wa. We're also streaming live on the social media of the Facebook page of the Ministry of Information. Right now, though, let's take you live to Inshiraiso, where that ceremony is still ongoing. Remember, President Ampofo-Adjei will be commissioning the residential accommodation for the appeals court judges, as well as also we are expecting to hear from the Asante Hene Otumfuo-Adjei the second, who is also at the ceremony. Let's cross over now and join our man Wilberforce-Asare. Don't forget that after the ceremony, the President will also be inspecting work at the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project. We also have our reporter Kejetia on standby, waiting to bring you all that you need to know, including the big interviews right here on the special coverage of the President's regional tour. Let's bring in Wilberforce-Asare, who is joining us live now from that ceremony, the commissioning of the residential accommodation for appeals court judges at Inshiraiso. Wilberforce, if you can hear me, we've been hearing and seeing various personalities address the gathering. We're expecting to hear from the Asante Hene himself as well as the President. Let's hear from you what has been happening so far. Plus, you also have some personalities who you will be speaking to. Wilberforce will join us very shortly. But let's cross over now to Kejetia, who is stationed at the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project. That's where President Ampofo-Adjei will be heading to right after the commissioning ceremony. Kejetia, I can see you. Tell us what to expect when the President arrives at this site.
To the Kumasi Central Market Phase 2. This is directly opposite the Phase 1 year and 4 Epango and Tuma Nasinya Naha and Yashem. President Nana Adom Ampofo-Adjei will be coming to inspect progress of work of the Kumasi Central Market Phase 2. Yeah, Beboa accommodating over 3,000 traders here on the Central Business District of Kumasi. Now, over PM Awahadamwa, contractors said Omo Edi Komono Achrem said, Ejumano Eko Nanemu Yepa. They are just about 47% of Ejumaya or more yet to ensure somebody Ejuman Entem, the Tama Ede Amo or more. Everybody is set the market traders here and check. You wage made the show more and sano or munina a wahanum. Sounds so and a contractors here also take charge of this project. So if you look at my back, you can see the workers at my back who have lined up waiting for the arrival
once the President arrives at the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project. He will be inspecting work there, and our man Kejetia will be joining us with all the details and all the big interviews that you need to know right here on our special coverage of the President's regional tours. Don't forget that the President has begun a 4-day working visit of the Asante region. Let's go back to Inshiraiso, where our man Wilberforce-Asare is also monitoring that ceremony, the commissioning of the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. Wilberforce, good to have you once again. So take us through what has been happening, and I can see you have some personalities. You also want to, ask some questions. Please take over.
We are to the first part to give us a brief.
All right, Kweku, I can tell you that there is a very high build-up of state energy and also judicial energy here at Denyame.
All right, we would work out.
Yes,
the
Kweku, I can hear
with
you.
Wilberforce, as he is currently at the commissioning of the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. That's a ceremony currently underway at Ishaisu in the Asante region. It's part of the many activities that President Ampofo-Adjei is taking part in as part of his only working visit of that region. Yesterday, the president began his tour of the Asante region. Just to take you through some of the activities that took place. So the president attended a church service at the St. Cyprian Anglican Church. He was also at the Menchia Palace to pay a courtesy call on the Asante Hene and Asante Man, the traditional council that makes up the Asante Man. He was also at the Bonkra Inland Port Project to inspect progress of work. The president then commissioned the Konongo Municipal Hospital, and then he also commissioned the 30 kilowatts Kumasi Bogatanka transmission, which is funded by AD. So these are some of the activities that the president took part in on day one of his working visit of the Ashanti region. Before we wrap up this segment, we'll bring you a summary of some of the major speeches and the major activities that formed day one of his tour of the Ashanti region. Right now, though, I'm told Wilberforce Asari's sound is working now and he can hear us. Wilberforce, if you can hear us, take us through what has been happening so far.
That there is a very huge build-up of state energy and also judicial energy here at Denyame in the Ashanti region.
All right, so Wilberforce Asari, we will try and work out your sound and come back to you. But don't forget that the president will be commissioning that residential accommodation for appeals court judges. That ceremony is actually ongoing in the Ashanti region. We're also expecting the Asante Hene Otumfuo-Osei Tutu II to be addressing the gathering at this ceremony. Later on, the president will move and inspect the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project. He will also be inspecting the maternal and children's block project, which is also at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. He will then commission the ECG Karth primary substation and then also attend a Deba of Chiefs and People of Twaso and also the commissioning of the Twaso Magistrate Court. So quite a busy day for the president in the Ashanti region, and we will be bringing you all that you need to know right here on this special coverage of the president's regional tours, produced and brought to you by the Ministry of Information. Let's take another try at Wilberforce and find out if he can hear us this time from Ishaisu, where the president is scheduled to commission the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. Wilberforce, you can take over now.
All right, so there is a huge build-up of state energy and also judicial energy here at Denyame, where the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the company of the Asante Hene Otumfuo-Osei Tutu, and also the Chief Justice of the Republic, Justice Kwesi Enini-Yeboah, have gathered to commission the residential complex for appeal court judges here in the Ashanti region. Over the last 30 or so minutes, several persons have been speaking here ahead of the address of the Asante Hene and also that of the President of the Republic of Ghana. And so we have heard from the regional minister here in the Ashanti region. We have also heard from a representative from the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. We have also heard from the Parliamentary Select Committee on Judiciary, and the Chief Justice of the Republic, Justice Enini-Yeboah, has also spoken. Momentarily, the Asante Hene Otumfuo-Osei Tutu will be addressing this gathering, and also the President will speak before he commissions the 20 buildings that are behind us. As you can see, one of them beautifully designed there behind us. I have with me the project architect and also the project manager. And I'm going to be engaging them to tell us essentially about this project that President Akufo-Adjei has come to Denyame in the Asante regional capital, Kumasi, to commission. We are told that this project is made up of about 20 components, together with a clubhouse and also a guest house facility. Let me engage Betty. Ladies first. Betty is the project architect, and she's going to tell us exactly the composition of this project as has been designed. Good afternoon to you, Betty, to tell us exactly what is the composition of this project that is going to be commissioned today by the President.
Thank you very much. We have 20 housing units, that 24-bedroom houses. Each comes with 2-bedroom outhouse and a security post. We also have a 7-bedroom guest house, as well as a clubhouse, which consists of a gymnasium, a sauna, and about 5 private lounges. Again, we have a tennis court, a swimming pool, and other well-landscaped areas for relaxation. So far, this is the composition of the project we are all seeing today.
Indeed. All right. So to my right is the project manager, and that's Mr. Fosuhini. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Fosuhini. So, Mr. Fosuhini, tell us. Betty has given us the composition of the project. But tell us, when did this project commence? How long did it take you to do this project? And what really has gone into it, even in terms of cost?
Sure. This project started in April 2021. That's last year. And was supposed to be for a duration of 18 months. But we are proud to say that we've been able to do it within record time. We've been within schedule, I'll say even ahead of schedule. And that's laudable. In terms of the project cost, at the sword cutting ceremony, we all got to know that it was at about 77 million Ghana cedis. And so that's what we've worked with. Of course, there's been a few variations here and there, mainly because of fluctuations, but it is what it is.
Indeed, it is what it is. And, again, talking about the building, I see them. They are very beautiful buildings. They look similar. If somebody walked into the building, what is the person going to see? What's inside? What's the composition inside the building?
So, just like my colleague architect mentioned, we have 20 houses. Each house is a 2-story building. It has a living room, a dining, a kitchen, 4 bedrooms. More importantly, a study area. And that was very important because of the nature of the jobs of our honorable appeal court judges. So really and truly, that is what you're seeing there, with other user spaces for, like family areas and so on and so forth.
So you are saying that even at home, you want the judges to be working and researching and looking into their books?
We want them to be able to sit in the luxury of their homes and be able to work in a very sound manner.
Indeed. All right. So let me come to you again, Betty, and to tell us, I'm seeing a very beautiful landscape. Tell us, what has gone into designing this entire landscape here in this facility?
I would say that a lot has gone into that. You know, it's very important in as much as we put up buildings. Soft landscape spaces are very, very important. Psychologically, greeneries help, in the work that we do as human beings, especially with our judges who are high learned. Sometimes, after a hard day's work, when you get home, you need such spaces that will tone your stress down. By the mere fact of viewing these spaces really helps you, and then at the end of the day, it calms you down and helps in the work that you do.
Indeed. All right. So we are going to come back to the interviews because President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is currently addressing the gathering. It is extremely important that we pick the President's address. And so let me hand you over back to our production studios as we pick the address of the President. After the President, I'm going to engage the Judicial Director for Estates and other persons who are here. And so this is a production from the Ministry of Information. Let's cross over to the podium as we hear
Denyame and Asante Mine for their immense support for this project, including the generous donation of the land. Na yɛda wase paa. Utufo yɛda wase. The efforts of Chief Justice Enin Yeboah, his predecessor, Chief Justice Sophia Akufo, the efforts of Chief Justice Enin Yeboah, his predecessor, Chief Justice Sophia Akufo, the former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Adjei Alima Mahama, the current Minister for Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, the Honorable Dan Boche, Member of Parliament for Okre, and the Honorable Irene Nado, in various parts of the country, resulting in citizens traveling long distances to gain access to courts. For example, there was no court between Ajabeng and Amasamai in the Greater Accra region. Neither was there a court between Adom in Kumasi and Asante or Obuasi in the Ashanti region. I was also informed that some judges lived in insecure housing and were subject to abuse and threats after their judgments. That is why in my message on the State of the Nation on 9th March 2021, I indicated that government, through the Ministry of Local Government and the District Assembly Common Fund, has commenced in an unprecedented initiative the construction of 90 courts with accompanying accommodation for judges across the country to help address the problem of inadequate court infrastructure. Through the efficiency and ingenuity of the Administrator of the District Assembly Common Fund, the Honorable Irene Natoshi Adom, we are in fact constructing 120 courts and 150 bungalows and not the 90 that was originally contemplated. 70% of these projects are completed. And with the commissioning of this residential complex here in Kumasi and the Magistrates Court in Twasi later this afternoon, I deem all the completed projects duly commissioned. The Chief Justice is to take over and begin to post officers to start work with immediate effect. I'm hopeful that this massive infrastructural development will motivate the judiciary and the rule of law in the country. Government has, since my assumption of office, introduced a number of other policy measures to help bridge the technology gap in the administration of justice. We've launched the e-justice system, which is designed to leverage technology in the delivery of justice. And we're also addressing the challenge posed by the inadequate number of courts in various parts of the country, resulting in citizens traveling long distances to gain access to courts and thereby weakening the rule of law. I assure you that we will do more as demanded by the Chief Justice. We will continue to implement policies to advance the rule of law and thereby restore the confidence, reinforce the confidence of the people, and shore up our nation's reputation as a country governed by the rule of law. The Ghanaian people have resolved to build under God a united nation grounded on democratic values and attachment to the rule of law, which they are determined to maintain even in these difficult times. We have gone a long way towards realizing this goal, and I'm confident that with a spirit of reconciliation, fairness, integrity, and hard work, the best days of Mother Ghana lie ahead. Together, we're laying the platform for the evolution of a new Ghanaian civilization, which will give true meaning to the foundational values of freedom and justice on which our nation was conceived. May God bless us all, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
So you just heard President Akufo-Adjei address the gathering at the commissioning of the residential accommodation for appeal courts judges at Nhyira. So that ceremony is still ongoing. The president is due to inspect the facility, after which he will formally commission it and hand it over to the judicial service. Earlier you heard speeches from the regional minister. We also heard from the Attorney General, and of course the president himself spoke a while ago. We will take you back to the ceremonial grounds and hear from some of the architects, some of the officials gathered at this ceremony who will be telling us more about the work that has gone into this whole project. In fact, let's cross over now and bring in our man Wilberforce-Asari, who is at Nhyira, so at this ceremony, to bring us all that we need to know. Wilberforce, if you can hear me.
All right, Kweku. So the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Adjei, has just addressed the gathering and has declared the projects here duly commissioned. However, there is a commissioning ceremony right behind us. The president is going to have to perform by cutting the tape to signify official opening of this facility for use by the Judicial Service of Ghana. I have with me the mayor of Kumasi, Sampine, and I'm just going to engage him quickly and to ask him that, Mayor, so what would be your attitude about this project that is being commissioned by the president today as far as the adjudication of justice in the Asante region is concerned?
Absolutely fantastic. We are grateful to the president and his team for this. There have been instances where issues, litigations are prolonged in the courts due to the delays of justices and judges coming to court. So I'm giving a reason of being maybe in Accra because of lack of accommodation, and or in Sunyani, or maybe between to come to Kumasi so that they will have time. And so it's an important thing that once we have these facilities, one, the delays in our education system is going to be minimal. Two, it's going to serve as a motivation for the staff of the judicial service, especially the justices, to work hard, because after all the hard work, they have a comfortable place to be, and their children can also grow in an environment that they wish. A beautiful thing, and we are so much grateful to the president.
Well, one of the things that has come up as an issue is the issue about security. Justices require a lot of security. I'm seeing around, and I'm seeing that the community is worried and all that. But from where you sit, of course, you are part of the Regional Security Council and all that. What is the security measures you have put in place to ensure that the justices that will be living here will be assured of their security in and out?
This place in itself is a security zone. So it borders the Regional Coordinating Council. And once it is walled and they have their security, though yes, we know the management of this facility is going to have private security, but the Regional Security Council is also going to make sure that we have our regular security to make sure we are safe.
We are told that in the region, apart from these edifices that have been built here, there are still some deficits in terms of judicial edifice. What are you doing as mayor to ensure that other projects that are pending get completed for the judiciary in this region?
Yeah, when you go to the other districts, of which I cannot speak for them, they all are also have been, for instance, tomorrow will be in, even today, we'll be in Tuasi to commission an ultra-modern court complex for the judiciary. And I know it's government priority to also make sure all the, especially the new regions that have been created, and all districts that do not have accommodation for the justices and the magistrates, we have them. So it's an ongoing process, and that's in the speech of the president. We're going to have lots of them, if not delivered by close of year, by early next year.
All right, so I thank you very much, Sampai, for speaking with us. I'll allow you to go because I know you have a lot of things to do.
I need to run ahead of the president to the Kejetia Central Market Complex today.
I understand that. Thank you very much for joining us. And so I've been joined by the Director of Estates at the Judicial Service of Ghana, Mr. Ablade. And so I'm going to engage him to find out. So, Mr. Ablade, obviously the coming into being of these facilities has expanded your job.
Exactly. It has expanded our job. It's a massive investment of scarce state resources that must properly be maintained to serve its purpose.
All right, so I do know that being associated with the judiciary, when it comes to your estates, there has been deficits. Now we see the deficits being closed up. To what extent do you think this facility coming into being is going to help with the accommodation deficit of our judges in the country?
In fact, as at 2019, when we did the gap analysis, we needed to construct 381 residential facilities and 207 courthouses. So this facility, and then the over 100 courthouses being constructed, is achieving about 50% or closing the deficit to about 50%. We still need more investment. More out of the 207, we are doing just about 120 courthouses. And out of the 381, we are doing about 160 residential facilities across the country. So I would say nearly about 50%. So we still need more investments.
So indeed, about 50% of the deficit has been met. Going forward, what are some of the assurances you have with the remaining 50%?
Yes, government we know is committed, but we also understand there are challenges in the economy. So we will continue to engage government and then all the stakeholders where they support us even more to close this infrastructural gap, because the facilities that judges use for the execution of their mandate are in the deplorable state. When you travel across the country and when you see the state, it's very, very sorry state of a judiciary. But we thank God, government has bought into our proposal, has accepted the challenge, and they are taking the right step even to close the gap. And we are hopeful going forward, government will still continue to partner us even as we seek to close the infrastructural gap.
Okay, so this particular facility that is right behind us, that is going to be commissioned. During the construction, I know you were deeply involved and all that. Are you satisfied with the provisions that have been made in the facility? We are told it's 4-bedroom, it has outhouses, it has kitchens. Are you satisfied? Do you think the judges will be satisfied with the provisions made?
Exactly, they'll be very satisfied, but we gave them the brief for that. A residential house for a judge is not an ordinary residential house. They also work within that space. So we have provided a study where they will be comfortable to discharge their duties at home, even as they prepare to come to court. So they'll be very happy. We have provided fully furnished rooms, beds, equipment, and everything that will help them focus on the work they are doing and not to be concerned about having to rent where a landlord is chasing you for their rent, where any interaction with them will be viewed by a contemporary or your adversary as being compromising the integrity of a judge in any situation.
Okay, so I saw that there is a facility manager's office.
Yes.
I need you to tell us what exactly is the facility manager going to be doing. I know maintenance and all that, but what is the, as it were, his line of duty outlined by your office for him as a facility manager?
First of all, we have our general estate departments and then with the structures. But this, as you can see, is a magnificent edifice. And we are providing a dedicated facilities management team, a facilities manager and his technical team who will be here 24/7 to provide support for any issues that will happen. They will be funded accordingly to ensure that regular maintenance is attended to, and then we keep the facility running.
Okay, so I see that the facility also has a guest house. What's the rationale behind the guest house facility here?
You know, we have judges coming over from Accra to come and then attend to official duties. They may not be part of those residing here, and obviously they may have to go to a hotel, rent a hotel accommodation. It comes with exorbitant costs, and there are security implications. So having provided this facility, we expect that our judges in transit will find a conducive place where nobody will question their integrity, mingling with others in using. But it's a strictly judges' affair over here. And then we also have in the guest house, which has a gym, gymnasium, a sauna, massage parlor, and then a pool top bar where the judges can relax, engage themselves, socialize, and then distress from their very, very stressful judicial work that they do.
All right, indeed. So, Mr. Ablade, I'm going to allow you to go. Thank you very much for speaking with us. And so you've been listening to Mr. Ablade. He is the Director of Estates for the Judicial Service of Ghana. What it means is that all of judicial service facilities, the Supreme Court as you see it in Accra, the Law Court Complex as you see it in Accra, and the Court of Appeal buildings here in Kumasi, and all other court facilities across our country. He is responsible for the maintenance of same, and he joined us to give us a conversation on his plan for this facility. The ceremony here, I can tell you, has ended, and pretty soon President Akufo-Adjei is going to be walking down the aisle and come over to the red carpet as has been laid. He'll be coming to this facility, and as you can see, there is a ribbon that has been laid. There's one in front of the entrance. There is another one by the main door of plus 10. And so the building that President Akufo-Adjei is going to cut the tape to symbolize the commissioning is plot 10. And that's where President Akufo-Adjei will be coming with the Asante. As I speak with you now, President Akufo-Adjei and Asante are coming off the dais, and they will be walking majestically to come to the premises here to cut the sword. I've been joined by another gentleman. Please come closer to me. Please mention your name to me and your role.
I'm a resident of Inshai, so my name is Emmanuel Fikisi.
So you're a resident here at Inshai. So tell us, as a resident, I'm sure you were aware or you saw the process that this whole facility went through before it was constructed. Are you surprised?
Very, very surprised. Very, very surprised. I think last year we saw something happening around here. Some of us were asking whether this was a private property or something like that. Later we got to know that the government is preparing it for our appeal court justice, and we were so fascinated about it. But today I am so surprised because the time frame within which it was done is very, very nice. And I think that when you enter the edifice, you see that yes, the work is perfect. The work is very, very perfect.
All right. So obviously, you being a resident here, you live close by the courts, I believe. You may have access justice or be involved with anybody who has access justice. To what extent do you think this facility is going to help with the adjudication of justice here in the Asante region and beyond?
I think this is a plus for everybody, for the government as well. Hitherto, I knew one of the judges, and he very close. And where the judge was staying, sometimes when I get close and get to the place, sometimes is this a place where a judge should live? And I think that this one will enhance their confidence. It will boost their morale to do the work better. And in the same vein, I think it's good for security. So all of them are staying around one place, and the security is tight, and they have other facilities, recreational facilities, guest house facilities, restaurant, canteens. I think it's perfect. I think it should be emulated and multiplied in other regions too.
Indeed. And President of the Republic, Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei, in your shot currently is cutting the tape
to symbolize the official commissioning of this facility. I can see a lot of laughter amongst the officials. The former Chief Justice Akufo is there. The Deputy Minister for Local Government is there. The President himself is there. I can see the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, the Asante, and several others. President Akufo-Adjei is holding it. He has cut the tape, and so officially the complex here, the residential complex for appeal court justices of the Republic of Ghana, have been duly commissioned by the President of the Republic, and he is going on to unveil the plaque that has been done here beautifully to symbolize that he indeed came to come and commission. We are told that after that, President Akufo-Adjei will walk into plot 10, which is the first building you can see here, and he will officially, as it were, inspect the interior of the building. He will walk through the hall, he will walk through the kitchen, he will walk through the study area, and he will go to the bedrooms and probably go to the outhouse and the security facility here to engage with the people. So President Akufo-Adjei currently in your shot is walking majestically into the facility, one of the buildings as has been built, and he will be entering to inspect together with the Asante who is here to grace the occasion. And so President of the Republic Nana Addo Akufo-Adjei has officially commissioned the residential complex of the appeals court judges here at Denyame, where the justices of the Court of Appeal, one of the superior courts of judicature, are going to be residing whenever they come to the Asante region to adjudicate cases. And so President Akufo-Adjei is currently entering together with the Asante into plot 10, which is the first facility you can see when you come here to this community that has been built for our judges. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Adjei, has entered the facility together with the Asante. They are inspecting the facility. I must say that earlier on I had the opportunity to go into the building. The place is fully furnished. There are beds, there are sitting room sofa, there are kitchen facilities, the gas cookers, electric cookers, water heater, everything is installed, and all the judges need to do is to move their clothing and they will be in the building to enjoy the facility. And so this facility, we are told, is a 4-bedroom house which has been built with a 2-bedroom outhouse for obviously the security of the judges who will be covering or who will be ensuring the security of the judges. Again, indeed, the outhouses are designed such that it's also self-contained, and so those who will be living in the outhouses will not have any interaction with the judges who will be living in the 4-bedroom facilities that have been built all across here in Denyame. Indeed, this occasion has seen tremendous energy from the judicial service and also from the state. From the judicial service, because the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Mr. Ampofo, is here representing the entire bar of the Republic of Ghana. Beyond that, you have officials from the judicial service, justices of the superior courts of judicature, who have also come here to grace this occasion. You also have justices of the other courts, the High Court and other lower courts. Again, you have members of the bar. That's extremely important because they interact with these judges in their courtrooms, and when the judges are at peace, they will indeed be at peace to adjudicate their cases properly. And so members of the bar have graced this occasion. I've seen several members of the bar, senior lawyers alike. The former president of the Ghana Bar Association, Mr. Jemfi, who was president of the Ghana Bar some 21 years ago, is here. The immediate past president of the Ghana Bar Association, Tony Forson, is also here. Several other lawyers who are here, Gary Nimako and what have you. In fact, from where I am standing, I can actually see the Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Yomi Kolende, coming out of the facility. And so indeed, this has been a very interesting occasion and a very joyful one for people of the judicial service. If you heard the Director of Estates, he did tell us that from where he sits and being in charge of all the estates of the judiciary, he can comfortably tell us that by the efforts of government, about 50% of the deficit for accommodation and court facilities for the judiciary is being met. He says that there is still about 50% deficit, which he believes that by the efforts of government in the future, that other 50% will also be taken care of. President of the Republic, Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei, together with the Asante Otumfuo-Osei Tutu II, have finished inspecting the facility plot 10. They have gone into the building, they have seen the facility. President Akufo-Adjei, I can see, is out of the building now, and he's interaction with some queen mothers and some other people who have gathered here. His security are ushering him into the building, and from here, President Akufo-Adjei will depart to continue with the tour of the Asante region. And so if you are just listening to us, you are listening to a live coverage of the Ministry of Information, bringing you live feeds from the Asante region, where President Akufo-Adjei is touring the entire region. He has just finished inspecting the facility here at Denyame, a facility, residential complex for Court of Appeal judges of the Republic of Ghana. And from where I am standing, I can see the Chief Justice together with the Asante interaction there. Indeed. And so if you are been following what has been happening, we've been bringing you live coverage of President Akufo-Adjei's commissioning of the complex facility for judicial service. And we are told that this facility has 20 buildings, 20 residential accommodation for judges. It is made up of 4-bedroom buildings, or 4 bedrooms. It also has a hall, kitchen, a study area, and a 2-bedroom outhouse for the helps and the security of the justices who will be living here in this facility. And so we've been bringing you a live coverage of this ceremony. President Akufo-Adjei has commissioned the buildings, and so what it means is that beginning from today, justices of the Superior Court can move in and enjoy the facility. President Akufo-Adjei has departed. He is heading to the Ampofo-Adjei Teaching Hospital, where he will be inspecting a facility there. He will be inspecting, he's first going to the central market, and at the central market, he will inspect a facility there. After inspecting that facility, he will make his way to the Ampofo-Adjei Teaching Hospital, where he will inspect another facility. So, Kweku, I can tell you that the ceremony here has ended. The Court of Appeal residential facility has been duly commissioned. It is open for judges to live in and to adjudicate cases here in the Asante region. I will cross over to you, Kweku, as we build up momentum to go to the other location where my colleague Akwesi and Sami Wiafe are located. Kweku Adom.
All right, Wilberforce Asare bringing us those live updates from Inshaiso, where President Akufo-Adjei has just commissioned the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. As you saw on your screens, that is a lovely edifice for the appeals court judges. So many people excited, and I'm sure you saw the drone shots, a very, very well-structured facility that will help the judicial service in our country. And of course, we heard from the president himself as he addressed the gathering. Just to take you through a few lines of what the president said, he said the commissioning of the massive infrastructure development will motivate the judiciary and the delivery of justice. The president also said that his government would not relent in transforming justice delivery in the country. He said the infrastructure development coupled with a massive transformational agenda of the justice system in his administration will give true meaning to the foundational value of freedom and justice on which our nation was conceived. So just a few lines from the president's address when he commissioned the residential accommodation for appeals court judges. That ceremony has just ended. And don't forget that the president is in the Asante region for a 4-day working visit. The tour of the visit started actually yesterday. And today the president will continue with numerous activities and meetings which are part of his working visit of the Asante region. Don't forget that shortly we will take you to the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project, where the president is scheduled to inspect the progress of work there. That is in the Subing constituency of the Ashanti region. Remember, this is a special coverage of our president's regional tours produced by the Ministry of Information. We're live on GTV, City TV, Adom TV, Metro TV, ETV, Wezo TV. If you're listening to us on radio, you are live on Happy FM, Asasi Radio, Tongson Radio in Wa, and you're watching us on Facebook, on the Ministry of Information Facebook page. Well, as I did mention, the president yesterday began his 4-day working visit of the Ashanti region. Just to take you through some of the activities that the president embarked on, the president paid a courtesy call on the Asante at the Menchia Palace. He was also at the Bonkra Inland Port project, where he inspected the progress of work. That's at Bonkra in Adriso. He also commissioned the Konongo Municipal Hospital at Asante Achim Central. The president then also commissioned a 30-kilowatt Kumasi Bogatanga transmission, which is funded by the AFD. And of course, he also inspected progress of work on the Oforikrom Agenda 111 hospital project. So quite a busy day for the president yesterday, and as you're watching your screens, excerpts or shots from some of the activities that the president was involved in. We are here to bring you all that you need to know, plus all the big interviews here on our special coverage of the president's regional tours. My name is Kwaku Obenje. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll take you to the central markets in Kumasi. Do stay with us. Welcome back to our special coverage of the president's regional tours. Well, as we speak, President Ampofo-Adjei has just arrived at the Kumasi Central Market. Remember, he's there to inspect the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project. Quickly, let's cross over now to our man, Akwesi, who is joining us live from the inspection site. Akwesi, we can hear so much noise in the background. Tell us what is happening. We understand the president just arrived.
Okay, Kwaku said Masum Ewo Kumasi Central Market Phase 2. Aha, and President Nana Adom Kwaku arriving now or inspecting progress of work of the construction of Kumasi Central Market Phase 2. President just arrived and consultant, or no, and media way so. Together with Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Mensam, then Kumasi Mayor Sampai. Any other well-to-do dignitaries taking president around the project? Ekoso Ewo Asante Mantem Ayunkro Kumasi Emo. Na anyam kwada mwa mene menua Sami Wiafi and our Sami has also been taking tour and also will be engaging some of the traders, some of the officials who matter in this construction. Now, what have been some of the things are almost so eka. If you can hear from my behind consultant and President Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei said the project no akasa esimi ATM any senior ebra eshasiem and when it's expected to be completed. Then also tell us number of traders bet me at him. Already we have over 50,000 traders in Kumasi alone. Asante and Ampofo-Adjei will come to make sure at least what we trading along the roadside in Yinano will be a thing of the past. That's why the phase 1 has been completed, while the phase 2 is taking shape. Sami, wuni Ampofo-Adjei and Komo, what a year construction estimate. Tell us what you have been seeing so far.
Okay, so far it's really a big project from contractor or consultant. It's going to be 4 layers. So the first layer, which is going to be the car park, and then the second floor is going to be, according to a place on Bema for petty traders, and then the third and the fourth floor will be a place on Bema stores. And so for them, they are going to occupy over 3,000 traders, over 3,000 traders that have occupied this market. The excitement of the workers here is what's happening. Almost cross the camera and they up and down. It's the excitement of seeing the president, the excitement of what's happening here. We see a bit of buzz up and down. So it's a bit understandable. But from consultants, this is going to be one of the biggest projects in West Africa. So it's going to occupy over 3,000 market women or traders, and they occupy this particular building. And they say it's going to be one of the biggest in West Africa.
Okay, and so far we say we need a market traders in so and Komakaka, and I've also heard behind the scenes and Komodi also how excited they are. Yankee Ukeji Mudina, only traders in so accommodation. No, does it look like say Omu Etomu Frianum no or one of a Saba?
According to contractor, definitely you register answer and so before you were moved from here, your name was written in Sanemanementi. There's a belief that some weird construction now. So far as we register during the demolition exercise, obviously you have a place in here. So a store, you'll be given a store. So now we're petty traders now to you'll be given a place. You do your tabletop selling. A bit occupy or beer already style, but obviously you can't rule out someone still. They'll be on the streets. You can't rule them out. There's a possibility that you still have people on the streets.
Okay, Eti, Mami interest here John Alanko Jochabati, na Yano Etimi Eti and Komo about said that you made Echo Ade Efa. This project and so a project. Ama Kwakusania, Ashafo, and Atefo aware. It's also going to help trading Asante region. Ghana Yinasa Woka region Bakwa, trading Ekosu Yepa, Ashanti region, and its regional capital, which is Kumasi, because we have a lot of traders here around that. They do a lot of business at Kumasi Central Business District, which comprises of the Kumasi Kejetia, the Central Market, the phase 1 and the phase 2. The way people are excited, especially the traders, the way they are excited how the government of Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei, through his vision, to see this phase 2 project taking shape. The project has taken about 47% of the contractor. We'll also be drawing him near. Also be telling us more. Has also been telling us sa project when the timeline they amu say omunfa enwie sa pepepe and omu edebe project so kwaku if you can see from the board where President Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei is being taken around the president and his other office officials and consultant, the contractor, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Osemensa, Kumasi Mayor Sampai, the Member of Parliament for mention of Matthew Opoku Prempe, who happens to be the Minister for Energy, John Alan Kojo Chirabati, who happens to be the Minister for Trade and Industry. Omurinyina and take president around the project here and for carry on war ahead. And this is part of the project. The government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, since assuming office, assured the people of Kumasi, especially in the Asante region, said, this project, will see the light of day under his leadership, which is about 8-year mandate. And Tikwaku Adjei also be engaging the contractor, then also be engaging the Kumasi mayor, whose office this project sits directly, to tell us, what they've been telling us is the fear of them owning back their own market. Baby, I'm traded at that. Yeah, but for every 2 or more, every one of them set the assurance of say and pampas ye via. You betcha Jano and Amom send your tromudin at the Eto Hondomino. You betcha send your pen for a can at the extra Modana. The Kumasi mayor, Adom Sampa, will be able to tell us more about this. They also be getting to the contractor to tell us specifically when this project, Akasa ever to me upper Nevia. Then finally we engage the traders. Now, Yasha said a JDA echoes already in the phase 1 and pen 4 a commission, Ama Adjei 4 a team. Yeah, possess a woman pen focus to SCSA, Sa SCSA. Now, this is the second phase. Now, if also look behind me, you see thousands of workers here among so a year a Juma. I was outside to make sure that to make it able to me every day and 10 times a day, and for I share a day at one. So, in note, I will also be getting some of the officials to speak to, who also be helping us to appreciate this whole project very well. Na yet me at yes, which medium send a pension akasa ATM. Already a ban any kind of firm every a year asafo market one more ebem abesne akko a year doctor Mensa Adom. You can see a lot of traders trading along the road. Baby any kwase Adjei 4 Adjei. And that's the reason here and for putting up the second phase of Kumasi Central Market, which is about to take about 3,000 traders at a go. And what he for science said, yes, sir, baby, or more bibinti, or more entimi, any a year a janokra stores no ebino, or makes me be some so ever to me at today. And so about more a year in 4 layers. So the first, the ground floor, no, a year for parking, more model cars, ever, yeah, but me about parking. Then the second one, no, and so a year or more, omuntimi enchia emfa enye store. Bitebo joboja for no mosisi table no, almost so and benefit more share at the more. Almost bet me a video mutable SC at the quickly, my mini, my dreading Nibako, and so entry echo and for media a besson at a famame and Wakwaba. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Yaminadum, some song your pa. Way a Ministry of Information live coverage, who were over 8 TV stations. I will my garden. We are getting a Kumasi Central Market. Mamma, when you saw a saw our face to our benefit.
Frankly speaking, you need so be brave as Asante Memuha. Oshekane Central Market, I have very choke. Drainage program, a just muna pacify service for Bakran and Biniho. You need any facilities, a dreading Nibukura Kokrana, or Betimi Ako, a bio drum, no Yamkawa, a Biniho, in Sweniho, in Sembebre, where no Abasababwan. Where is overtake everything. Police station bebum, hospital bebum, insure bebum, facilities bebum. Oh, your ban or ton de wo jom ha. Nessa sabi sabi a wakawa. Obetimi akwa hospital no ansam be no man. Enti no man any ba on board this time no. Aya de bia Asante Memu eni aso bebre. Aya somtwe. Aya da o mampanyin na Nado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ene ni team say at the papa way eba Asante Memu ha. But the years say anya ntem. Because data mun so me complete na bi omododo. But 2024 there say bet ma ba ni man Kejetia fan ka be dia dase. Because ya yeshe e jomfo ma ayeshe Asante Memu ayeshe e dwana ye di wo ha no ene na ye backbone o hwa ni pododo o mu didwo wo ha wonti me ka mododo enti ye the assurance say His Excellency the President abehwa no omoma mo nya ha na enti content me nya date say be be chire a aka be de pa ati be da se men ko be sa ba ho no me dem misa me ma me dwade ni ba ko so e wo ha nam ye te se ye be tuma free ha nam no ye kyerɛkyerɛ mu din ahyɛ mu aboma no ba ɛsɛ mu a ye gye baby na oti free nsɛm na wi a wo benya baby o so di wudwa saa nhyɛ mu ni panfo di nkomo akwakɔ se saa bra dwade ni sie no ɛkɔ so
omo gye atumpa se womu wi a ombeme dwadifo ombeme ye nyina baabi atena ama yenso ye ni age ni edwadi enso akoso nti de o mampani ye no aye ema ne aye ye ni je pa ye hu sese ye mampani so odwen ye hu nti ye ni age nti ye bo mpa ye se ebe ye ntama ma ye ni abehye ye dwumadi ase
ati beda sebre eti mame asada me no ebewie no yenhwe challenges amunya ye e wo phase 1 dia na mu free sempen for the gu akwemu a phase 2 ne sa challenges no ebimba
unso omu take obi a wo central market data omunim enupa dodo na omu wo central market ye bompa ye se obi biara na owo store wo central market no se bia positively obi ansan kan store sense be ya edi asumdue be bre asanteman na sika no so mbeje no emma form because challenges I want to say atron be the name of shop na ye wi a ye se ko fo sika kuku damba na ebia woni bia ontimi enya ne store na wo no me kan okre ese se obi a ne shop wo mu no matter how nipa na san kan shop because facilities e be ba ha no ebe ye nkurahye ebe ye nigye ebe ma asanteman akoso asanteman koso e na ehia asanteni bia na so ehia obi a meto metani ba me asanteman mu ha asanteman koso e ye me koso asanteman kan kra me kan kra enti de ye pene se pepejo ebe di mpenyefo na nim se be ya obi o wo shop bia benya bi na enya affordable no bia betimi atua na wetimi atoduma na se but me ko no ye dai o mampanya ase is excellence na Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei ase bebre
but mesa ti kwaku mampani Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei ne kuma se central market agentfo ne bi edi enkomo yenko na yentie kakra efa enfri na mampani e ka kire agentfo no
Ampofo-Adjei Americano. The bars of the bar is Samo. Need to remember Asante member Kejetia. A quendi also. The bar said the bar ahead here. Maybe a market no reconstruction ready. Mommy, when I'm going to buy it. It's a big girl from family home. The young pa, 24% says, by February 2024, near you, now, what's just a na baby amwo ni hanyina bridge e beba a obia betumi afa so abaha akoha abaha nyira ma o feti ni ya obi bisa anya iwa nyira ndama se pa se ma ba be shiame for fair sa obia so tiase se ma shara ni mpanyifo a e jumara me Mano asembia mama onete wana mama ache yebeye ni ebehwe ni sese bibia ni presenta watawa biba mo ene mentemu kra enya meda kra ni sramo mama no nya mo asenia na mabe mebevio ni nyanwie ha mebevio na ba sa na me se aye ene ediki ni so ashamusa onyakobo sha me sramo nya Osemunya bako medamase papa medamase
President Nana Adom Akufo-Adjei ena yetene kase one kumase ejerifo ekomo na mapeni echre na ni so ya aso as Asanteman, especially Kumase Kejetia Adwerifo Ajibre Eshia the Felso na Omanya Didie Ewa Nabemu Esa Naba Betimi Aye Adepa Adiama Adishie Ya Omo Ewo Eye Kumase Adom Mapenana Adom Akufo-Adjei Akusu Asa Ashebo Esu Ebiem Esa na fam de bi obetimi Aye Ahwabo Asenebe ya sa reconstruction jumadi ya kwaso betimi awie peye no also obetimi Ayem Epenfo kan ese by February 2024 ena Kumasi Central Market phase 2 ya omo AC no omo ebewie maparisi obeto akoso ata epenfo mo hwedwumade yi as we said, be on Betimi, aye, amana we pepe, na adwuadifo no timi nya kwan e de abam, because already congestion ya e wo e kwan no e doso ye pa. So eti enani so do so betimi ahwe aboa ama sa reconstruction phase 2 yim e betimi ewie the payo. Eti Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has brought to an end the inspection of Kumasi Central Market phase 2. Yeah, enunti the reason of touring the Asante region no eho. Maperi achechim se enye we any the last tour ya eja obeye. Obeto akoso aye sa akopin sepenfo ebetimi ede tour nyina aba na wieye. Edi kwaku se mno ka say adwadfo no bebere ye behwe mapeni se wo inspecting the reconstruction of Kumasi Central Market phase 2 no. Omunyina hyase esa ekọ wadwedie som esa se no pese wati ade free mapeni na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo enche no wati ade free mapeni enche omu so aboya hoba ese wo hwe animu se sere mapeni aka dada no ampa para mapeni na apafo betimi ade wose ayoyo na February 2024 no omuka wasem kwa komunya ya company fo ma no emre animu kakra esa the congestion at the roadside no kesepa ade ema omu so kwaku. This brings to an end the President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's inspection of Kumasi Central Market phase 2. Yeah, this year, Sami, what been be mua Mampeni Asha bomb said by February 2024. Said the contractor Akachino or Bevier and Wachi and Penford Ready Show so making sure they work up to task. Senabeya, Ebrano and Copaho. After listening to some of the traders about around to listen to Mampedino, how happy are they?
Oh, they're excited for the better reason that at least Omampeni aba omo mudiemu. As what is Omampeni ka say omo no mde ne bae. Na waba Kumasi a ontimi mba Kumasi a omba Kejetia market, especially you know very well the critical role Kejetia market or women no play in his victory in 2016. He's come here to talk to them. Or also to say there was some few issues between market trade and market authorities no. Now, upon much was as a BBNia, they should challenge it through at the appropriate means. Based on what the contractors say, by February of 2024, the market will officially be open. And the net trade is now a register. So, I think the traders here are excited. They are happy with this particular visit.
Okay, so Kaku with us, be me, Akwasi, Isyan, and Sami Riafe. From Kumasi Central Market phase 2. And a President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo came for inspection to inspect the progress of work of this market. And Obai Suno, Yachino, as a Jumedian one edition of Monsano, and a Jumanaso. A Bromashe Ede Ama Woho, as by February 2024. No, they are up to tax and Luana and Pa Omoje, no more Edane, a Kisino, Ede Ama, the appropriate authority to hand over officially to the traders who are almost fata se or me basa AJ emo. Erika se and pen 4A2 adwuadifo afri hanom no. Ya trade one na or mutiani nyina edin. Don't forget Central Market na e baby adwuadifo e wadada. And a bump and foot to frost ye be see a jamono a jack kama the amount said be ye fe bibia ebet you soba and moi. So there will be a clinic, there will be a fire service post, there will be a police station, there will be a restaurant. Mosque also I will have them to make sure to serve all other purposes. Yeah, even there will be a school. So there be a Emma trade be a moving free baby or tea. Na campus be crab vicinity. So say they can catch on police station so about one edada. Now we are about 3,000 traders will be a benya quenya abegin store. Once or some baby and one of table so it's no and before and so more baby so amoti or mutable. So we bring to a close President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo inspection of Kumasi Central Market phase 2. Kwaku.
All right, Akwesinsia and Samaria live from the Kumasi Central Market, where President Akufo-Addo has just inspected the Kejetia Central Market Phase 2 project, which is part of the President's working itinerary in the Ashanti region as he continues his 4-day working visit of the Ashanti region. We are here bringing you live coverage of the President's visit to the region. And of course, the itinerary will continue from this afternoon. Later on, the President will be inspecting the maternal and children's block project, also at the Ampofo-Adjei Teaching Hospital. And then he will commission the ECG card 3311 kilowatt primary substation, which is one of the ceremonies we are also anticipating will happen later this afternoon. He will also join the people, the chiefs and people of Twaso at Twaso in the Etrima and Kejetia South constituency, where he will be commissioning the Twaso Magistrate Court. We'll be bringing you all this right here on our special coverage of the President's Regional Tours, produced by the Ministry of Information. And of course, we will bring you all that you need to know, also live on our Facebook page, the Ministry of Information Facebook page. My name is Ampofo-Adjei. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we have more on the President's Regional Tours, focusing on the Asante region. Do stay with us.